Your man comes home and he's hungry. Would you wake up and make him a meal?
No.
Hell no, he can
Be
buy his own
independent.
shit.
Be independent.
No, he makes me a meal. What the f?
I didn't hear your answer.
I mean, I'm happily married. I'd make him a meal.
You'd make it?
Thanks, man.
No, take it back. I'll make the meal. I'll make the meal.
2 divorces.
Kids?
Yes.
How many
I have
kids?
3.
From how many fathers?
2. So I have 2 to my first marriage and then 1 from a guy I dated in high school.
And then question the 2 divorces. Who initiated them?
I did for both.
Briefly, what was the reason for the first one?
The first one, he was kind of manipulative and controlled.
Really quickly, how was he controlling?
I couldn't spend any money. I had to get permission to spend anything. I didn't work. I stayed at home. I had to cook. I had to clean. If I didn't have dinner ready when he expected it to be ready, he would be upset.
Okay, and you stayed home and he provided everything?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have dinner ready when he got home?
Well, I had to maintain 2 small children.
Did you have friends that you were allowed to go see?
His friends kind of became my friends. And one of our friends, and this is going to sound bad, who ended up being my second husband, stopped coming to our house because he said he didn't like the way he talked to me. And
Wait, so you started dating one of your buddy's good friends?
I know I'm not a good person.
Yeah, that's
like
bad.
I'm a bag. That's okay.
Wait, what?
She started banging her boyfriend's best friend.
No, they weren't best friends.
Well, they were close enough.
Let's get this straight. They were not best friends.
Maybe not anymore, they're not.
Wait,
True.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
How much do you weigh?
That's none of your business. I told you I was fat.
Oh, okay. We don't play that shit on my channel. You get your big fat ass on somewhere then. God damn! I don't deal with you big sassy ass broads. Where would you rank yourself on the marketplace?
8.
Out of what, 100?
Okay, what is it? What we rating from 1 to 10?
If you, yeah.
Okay, 9.
God damn! Okay, have a good day. If you had to rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 and you can't use 7, face only, no hair extensions, your natural hair, your natural face, what would you give yourself?
Interesting. 8.
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay, so if I wanted a high volume man, what do I do?
Be reincarnated. You can't get one. I'm gonna be honest, you
I
can't.
have a master's in public administration, and I have a law degree.
How tall are you?
5'9".
Dress size?
16.
You didn't choose to be single.
I'm sorry?
Do you have any kids?
No kids. My ex had 4, so I'm trying to, that's kind of big number. Oh,
Why'd you pop?
I know it's an unpopular opinion, but me, I typically don't like dating men without children, especially after a certain age. I just think it's weird, you know, and I have a child and I love children and God only gave me one, so I want to be with someone who has children. I've never dated a man that didn't have children. And it's a deal breaker than the average woman.
Gotcha.
So a man without children is weird to you?
After a certain age, yeah, I feel like after a certain age, you don't have no children. It's just strange to me. You know, like nobody owed you. Nobody took them genetics. You know, like I think it's strange. You know, so it's a personal preference.
No, that's good.
And why'd you pop your balloon?
As she talked a little more, I thought about the fact that I don't want any other kids, and I do only have 1 kid. So I think I would rather someone who had a kid already, just because I don't want to have any more, and I wouldn't want to date anybody who didn't have kids because they probably want kids.
Gotcha.
Okay.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So, I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also to
be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like, your fucking shots suck tonight. But like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do.
What pisses me off is the discourse around how women only go for the top 15% of men. Like, am I supposed to be going for the fat loser who doesn't have a job and lives at home? Am I supposed to be attracted to that? Obviously, I'm going to be attracted to the guy who's ambitious, the guy who's manly, the guy who takes care of himself and his health and works out, the guy who's tall, the guy who's going to give my kids good genetics. Why on earth would I be attracted to the fat loser? Or any loser for that matter. Even an average guy. Like, why, if I could pick the best of the best, why would I be attracted to the mid-tier? Like, hello. Especially if I'm a top quality girl. What happened to earning your place in this world? You're gonna be a loser in this life and then expect people to want you? Like, that's just common sense that that's not going to happen. Like, if I was fat and ugly, I would not be surprised that men are not going for me and instead they want the girls who are fit and beautiful. Like, I didn't earn to be on their level. I didn't earn to be wanted like that. So maybe instead of complaining that women only want the top 15%, work on becoming top 15% or somewhere near that number. Instead of sitting at home being a loser, trying to be a little victim.
My grandma says there are only two things in life that you worry about. Whether you're healthy or whether you're sick. If you're healthy, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you're sick, you got two things to worry about. Whether you're going to get better, whether you're going to get worse. You get better, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you get worse, you got two things to worry about. Whether you're going to live, whether you're going to die. If you live, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you die, you got two things. Whether you're going to heaven, whether you're going to hell. If you go to heaven, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you go to hell, you got two things to worry about. Original or extra crispy? That's the
I'm muted. Now you guys should be able to hear me. I think I was muted before. I think you can hear me now. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Boogie. Do me a favor, like the video as you're coming in. Subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everybody working with me. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. Hopefully in a few weeks, in a few months, we gotta get 10,000 subscribers before summertime. So shout out to you guys. Hope you guys are having a nice week. We have so many videos we're going to be covering. So get your drinks, get ready. We're about to cook. Let me just make sure you guys can hear me and then. We're about to cook. Let me just make sure you get. All right, you guys can hear me. So do me a favor, like the video, man. We're about to get into it. All right. Shout out to everybody who's supporting the channel. Comment down below where you're watching from. Comment down below if you're new, if you're old, if you're an OG of Boogie. But we're about to get into it. So without further ado, let me load up the first video we're going to be reviewing. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. All right, let's go.
it's always what the woman isn't doing and all of that. Women are gladly holding other women accountable, friends or acquaintances doing something dumb that man we know should not with. There's no way that if we care about that woman, that we would be like, go ahead, girl, it's okay. What? I don't understand. Like, the problematic young girls, the young girls, y'all, the young fertile in their prime girls that y'all like to go after, those are the ones. Those are the ones that's gonna be like, yeah, girl, because he got money. And that's it. Have a baby by him. Those are the ones doing that. Grown ass, mature women, washed up women, old, can't reproduce women that y'all like to talk about. Those are the women that know better. Of course, young girls are going to do that. We have to have different conversations about this. And that's why I get exhausted, because we don't like to have these conversations. Y'all also like to bring this up and not have any type of empathy for anyone. Everyone is just, you could control that. The fact that you all think that people can control other people, or people can see things that the people don't want you to see, is wild. If that man don't want you to see that he's a piece of shit, you won't see it until it's really too late. Honestly, like, I am so glad that you men don't have to date men, and the ones that do date men, they understand what we understand. It is a thing. Like, I don't understand why y'all can't listen to us. That is why I get exhausted of this conversation. That's why when it came up, I was like, I'm tired. Because I knew it was going to be the same thing. If you all want us to hold women accountable, you need to hold men accountable. And honestly, start by teaching them how to read, because it is crazy out here. Teach them how to read and as well as comprehend, because someone was in the comments talking about evaluating and he meant ovulating. It is listen, get your men. Get your men.
I was
Stop
just a
women.
typo.
Y'all don't have time. You all have too many. You all have a laundry list of things to do that you need to address with men. Let us take care of the women. We can't keep doing this.
Bo, do you think there's no credence to what we're saying as far as trying to establish maybe a new order? Because everything you said, I heard you, but I think you still gave women a scapegoat. You still took it off the fact that no matter how much we hold us accountable, that's why I tried to keep it basic. We understand biology. Y'all need our semen to make a baby. Y'all know that. So it's like, all the responsibility.
I don't know if they still need us, bro. They're going to sperm banks. They're going to sperm banks and they're freezing their eggs. And then when they get the egg, they go to the sperm bank. Now, freezing eggs is expensive, so maybe not all women. But if all women had the chance, if they had the money to freeze their eggs and go to sperm banks, they would do that. So I don't know if they still need us. Now, they may need us to protect them. They may need us to pay their bills. But like really like us, for who we are, they don't. They just deal with us to get something from us.
Responsibilities of being men. Where is the responsibility of your vagina management?
Recognizing the thing and running the fuck away.
But you gave.
I agree.
You gave some women an out, and this is where I'm trying to be as genuine as possible. I don't believe they're duped in the mass numbers they try to paint the picture of. I just don't see that to be true, mainly because there's always this narrative of being touted that they're more intelligent than we are. They have more insight than we do. And so how is it possible most of the time that they're interacting with a man? They're duped. I don't know that to be true in my observed experience. And there has been a shift in energy, maybe generationally. Women of now and maybe the younger are now not even concerned, like I think someone said, they're not even really liking men. They want to create a baby and then detach. And it's been because it's been popularized to now just be a mother, not so much be a wife, not so much be a solid woman. Mm-hmm. But if I get a baby, then now I'm solidified meeting my woman-like mandate from a societal perspective. I just don't see it that men are that intelligent to be duping these women in. So I'm here to be educated.
Yeah, plus women claim they are smart. They talk about women's intuition. They say they have a bunch of degrees. They're smarter than men. They don't need men. They got degrees. They got their own money. So maybe they should hold themselves accountable. If women were as smart as they claim, they wouldn't be in therapy, because you find a woman who's in therapy for 10 years still complaining about men. Because I would think if you're going to therapy, your therapist would tell you what the issue is, or would help you figure out what the issue is, so you don't have to keep complaining about men and how men ain't shit. You find out with 3 baby daddies still going to therapy, and then the next year she gets a 4th baby daddy still going to therapy.
I understand that. And I think so. Men hear women's intuition and somehow translate that into this Harry Potter sort of magic ability to be able to see things. Like, we don't open and touch and give me all of the things, and then we have them. Women's intuition is literally that men are not sneaky. Like, y'all don't, like, you change, your change up is so apparent. Like, there's no magical ability to be able to know things, but we see when you don't speak to us the same way. We see that you don't have this kiss on the cheek that lasts for 5 seconds. It lasts for 1 quick second, and you walk away. We see changes because men have the things that they do, and when their feelings change, they change, and it is so apparent. I don't date women, so I can't say nothing. That's why I'm not addressing the women and how they react when they change. I'm just telling.
There's 2 things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said that the change up is, imperceivable to women. And the thing is, a lot of women think that men just change up just because we had ulterior motives at the beginning. I would say that more often than not, it's because we got to know you and now we don't like you as much as we did in the beginning. Men don't play the long game when it comes to getting stuff they want from women. We play the short game, which would be, supported by the fact that we give so many of y'all babies that we don't. We give you guys access to babies that we don't want. So it's not a lot that a lot of men are just inherently being evil or mean and just switching up on y'all. It's literally, to say it simply, sometimes just find you worth the squeeze. Everybody panel had doing something super bad and then got it and being like, yeah, this ain't what I thought it was. Everybody has. Some of us made a bunch of money and been like, yeah, this ain't it. Some of us, finally got a family, like, okay, I don't feel fulfilled here. Some of us got promotions in our jobs and was like, this money ain't worth what the fuck it is, to get here. So it's not, I would say it's few and far in between that men just, nefariously get between you guys' legs. So that's one thing.
Men don't even usually switch up like that, if we're going to be honest. If men really switched up the way she was trying to say, men would be filing the most divorce. And even if a man switches up, we have family court that is always going to hold him accountable, whether through child support, whether through alimony. men know there are consequences for just switching up on a woman. Now we are talking about marriage, but even if it's not that, even if it's just a relationship, if a man switches up on his woman and they have kids, there are consequences. Society has consequences for that man. But if a woman switches up, other women literally tell her, you should choose yourself. Put yourself, girl. You're a queen. You deserve everything. They don't hold her accountable. And the reason they don't hold her accountable is because they are hoping if they do the same thing to their man, other women will champion them and celebrate them and motivate them and encourage them. That's the number one reason women don't hold each other accountable, because they know at one point they're going to do the same thing this friend of hers is doing, so they don't want to be held accountable. That's why they cannot. And in fact, if they hold each other accountable, they won't be friends for long.
Second thing is, y'all don't need to cut access to your vaginas off. You need to cut access to your uteruses off. That's the difference. I don't have an issue with any of y'all fucking anybody y'all want to, or excuse me, having sex with anybody y'all want to. What y'all need to do is just stop getting pregnant. You guys have dozens of forms of birth control that you guys can choose to affect, hormone free. So we don't have to have that argument.
I agree.
If you guys did that, and then you would not have to worry about all of the okay shit. Now I got to go get this $300 in child support from this guy that he's not going to pay. So now he owes 10 years and dude can't get a passport. Like, a lot of those problems will be solved or like removed from you guys as just things you got to worry about if you block access to your uterus.
Facts.
It's not your vagina. Because a lot of the times the fact that your vaginas and, your throats are some of the most useful things to the men you're dating. And that's what access to those things as the top tier men do. So if you guys shut your vaginas down, like you're saying, it's a flow chart, right? You're putting the block in the wrong place. Because you put the block at your vagina, it hurts you. You put the block at your uterus, it helps you. Because you definitely can benefit significantly more from still having sex, dating, and being with men than you can when you don't have to worry about this guy, a year later not working. Because then a year later, all you do is just take extra mile a day. But
that's true. I mean, women can sleep around all they want. They can have as many bodies as they wish, as long as they stop having a baby for every man they sleep with. I think I think most people will be okay, because you cannot stop people from sleeping around or having sex, but they should stop bringing kids into this life and then complain about how the baby daddy ain't shit. How's the baby daddy? What did you expect from a baby daddy that you just had a one-night stand with? Like, come on. What did you expect when you chose the guy that you knew couldn't hold a job? And then for the guys they have one-night stands with, they never have these crazy standards for them. They always have the crazy standards for the men they want to play stepdad. She will have 3 kids with 3 different men, sometimes 5 men, because sometimes they don't know who the real daddy is anyway. And then after the 3rd baby daddy, then she raises her standards for the new man who's going to be a stepfather, and she's not giving him any more kids because she's tired of having babies. She's going to get her tubes tied, and then she's going to ask for a 6-figure stepfather. And we're asking ourselves, why didn't you have those same high standards for these other guys before you had the babies? It never makes sense. And then you, the stepfather, she's going to put you on child support, but she didn't put the baby daddy on child support. Anyway, shout out to Lapif. This was interesting. Shout out to people in the chat. Shout out to Extravaganza HD in the chat. Guys, please like the video. I don't know why my internet was a little bit sketchy right there. I apologize for that. Hopefully it gets better. I got new internet, so I shouldn't have any issues. Anyway, let me go to the next video. Like the video, man. Like the video, support your boy. Let me upload the next video. Let's keep cooking. Let's go to let's go to Anton Daniels. Actually, let's go to Let's go to 8 at the table. Guys, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live. Please like the video. Really appreciate that. If you like the video, other people will know we're in here cooking, and then they will join us. Okay. All right, let's go to 8 at the table real quick. All right.
Like at the end of them, the man has to go down on his knee for you. I'm not going down on my knee for no man. So I need you to let me know that I'm the person that you're willing to go hard for. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
a
not-
man
I think a man is just looking for that reassurance and that
Right.
the same thing that you want.
They want to.
We have to
I
know that that's
understand
that's going to be reciprocated, and you're just not somebody else that we're chasing.
And they're gonna take that
But I'm not giving
lead-
you more.
They're gonna take that lead in that
Period.
initial reaction, right? Like if a man bags you, he did something to bag you, correct?
Mhm.
So he's taking that lead right there. But once you guys are together, at that point, it's not, oh, he needs to love me more. You guys have to love each other equally, because what can end up happening, because I have been there before where a man loves you more, and then it's like you end up doing shit to that man. You end up hurting that man. You end up going left
If you're not
because
ready.
that person loves you more, you know? Like it's unfair. It should be equal.
I think that goes
Men
down
want that
to-
too. I just think men want that too.
I think it goes down to intention with that
We
too.
do.
Because if you're a woman that you're not ready for the next step or the next level with that person, then that's something that you should be vocal about. For me, I am a person that's like, okay, I'm looking for certain things, and I'm willing to grow with a man that shows me that he prioritizes me. So for me, it's like, all right, I'm looking for the best catch. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at me as someone that you're willing to go hard for, fight for, or whatever, I value you for that. So, I feel as though men, they date different than women. And I just prefer one who is saying, yo, you're the woman that I look at, I value, I see you as someone that I want to spend my life with.
So
But y'all
with
don't
that,
like that guy.
Would you think you would like a man that you earn or a man that's easily obtainable?
Well, to earn a man,
That's what I say. You're not going to like the word, but like a man that you have to.
I'm never giving a man thirsty energy ever in my entire life.
How about not
But
thirst?
it's not thirst.
It is.
That's a mental.
No, it is. We're men and women. We're created a way for a certain reason. I'm never chasing a man ever in my entire life. I'm never, ever, ever gonna be, oh, pick me. I'm going above and
Okay,
beyond.
so
Never.
can I say if we remove chase and we remove earn, and we say I want you to show a level of interest.
That's gonna
So what-
happen regardless.
Okay, but I want you
But
to
I'm
show
not
a
going
level of interest above the people that you think that you're in competition with, so I can tell.
But that's natural when you're dating someone that you like and you care
It's
about.
not.
So that's for a woman, I think that's natural. But for a man, it's kind of like that's not always the natural thing. Like men usually they're dating, they're on the scene, they're taking girls on dates, they're doing this, they're doing that. Let's be for real. Like when a man really likes you, he has to show it. Or it's gonna be missed calls, ghosting. It's gonna be I'm out with my homies or whatever.
true.
It's not gonna be like
But do you think you get the missed calls and ghosting because you didn't separate yourself from that bunch?
Exactly. Men do that. Men approach by nature. But if a man keeps approaching you and you don't show any kind of energy, if you expect a man to call you morning, lunchtime, and before you go to bed every single day, and you never ever pick up the phone to check on him, because that's what all men ask for. Men just ask for appreciation and to show that you actually care. Because men are going to go all the way out for the woman. But very rare do they meet a woman who tries to match their energy. Women just fall back, call me, ask me out, take me out, buy me flowers. I'm never going to cook for you till marriage. In other words, do everything you're going to do in a marriage. But for me, I will never do anything before you marry me. And men are saying, is this really worth it? and you can hear she's literally saying, I'm never chasing a man. No one should chase anyone, but you can tell she doesn't want to put any effort at all.
Like if I'm chasing you, okay, and I've shown interest and I'm receiving nothing but like what I'm looking for, that if we say we're doing 75% me chase and you're giving me 25% interest, right? And I can recognize that, but I'm not even getting that because you're playing this cat and mouse with like, I'm only going to give him 10%.
No, I don't think it's that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, for example, if you are a person that wants me to send you the good morning text or something, and you're like,
yeah, but Jada, so you never send the guy a good morning text? You
Yeah, we
always
don't.
expect him to do it first?
You say good morning to me.
But
I'm not.
that's
It's
what
not
I'm
even a
saying.
game.
That's the thing that men want that too.
But that's for me.
You
It's
just said it's not even a game.
But
It's
that
not a
is
game.
a game.
I'm
For
not gonna
you to
wake
sit
up.
here and
But you
say
started
that
you started saying it's not a game.
that's a game.
That's not me, but that's what I feel as though men do.
No,
Wait,
baby.
you literally
Guys want
admitted
that too.
you
Guys
just
want
admitted
that
it's
too.
part of a game. You said it's not even a game.
I don't think for me it's not a game. I don't know. It's just that I think that when a guy says,
What if
"Good
you wake
morning,
up first?
beautiful,"
You just let the motherfucker like, oh, she ain't up yet. Like,
Okay, so this is the thing. I have sent the good morning text or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, all right, it is equal when that in
Yeah,
certain
baby,
things.
it has to be equal because
Yeah, but
guys
no,
will guys
at the
will
same
feel some type
time-
of way, especially
Yeah.
quality men.
Okay, so not the little stuff. All right, not the little stuff, but the things that are a big deal. I think it's important. Like if you're gonna take me on a date, put an effort. If you're going to, like, certain things, I feel like are a bigger deal than other things. I won't go hard on little stuff like good morning text because I feel like that's not so serious. That's
Mhm.
childish. That's child's play. I'm off that. I'm talking about the big deal stuff. Like,
Switching up now.
you know, like, yeah, do you show up? Are you making an effort? Because there are a lot of men and women, whatever, that are not making an extra effort.
Yeah.
Because they have too much distractions from other people. That's all.
Yeah, but usually women have more distractions because they get so many men approaching them. The truth is, it takes money and time for a man to approach multiple women. Because if a man, for some weird chance, a man approaches 10 women and they all say yes to a date, now he has to take out all those 10 women. Let's say he has to spend $100 on every woman. That's $1,000. But we know majority of men get rejected. You approach 10 women, you'll be lucky if you find one who gives you her number, and you'll be lucky if she shows up on a date. That's number one, which means women get all the approaches. Women have all these options. So for her to say, oh, men are distracted, a man is only going to be distracted if he doesn't find you worthy, if he doesn't think you're more than your looks, because most women think the way she's thinking, just because I look good, you should just chase me and do everything for me. I'm never going to put effort.
You have to show that effort. And it's not even, let's just say, okay, the man likes you more. I just feel as though with dating,
we even get to the proposal.
no, but I'm saying,
talking
so
long-term.
even with dating, like I just feel as though the man is supposed to be finding, you know, the woman that he desires. Well, help me. Me? Okay, forget it. Yeah, I go to church, so forget it. It's in the Bible.
All right. I just remorse for men, like in a sense of no, for real, because like I have a lot of guy friends, right? And I have experience with
Red
men,
flag.
right? All different types of men, all different categories and finances. So it's like I have these deep conversations. And one thing I always notice coming from a man is how they feel like women are always expecting so much of them and like wanting
Yeah.
so much of them and giving so little.
That's true.
You know, just
their rent paid.
Just as an example, like yes, your rent paid,
But
or
this is a category
or
of
just saying, like you said, oh, a man has to just do the most to get me. You know, like they have to make me feel
I can answer
attached
that.
to. You know.
Yes,
Like,
but remember back
it
in the
just be
day,
so
men,
tricky. I be
men-
feeling bad for men. I'm happy I wasn't born a man.
but men used to come to your door and ask for
But we're not back in
Amanda
the days.
Sue.
I wish
Can
I wish we
Exactly.
were back in the days. I said that in the last
No,
episode.
it was worse, babe.
But-
It was worse back in the day. You had to really go to the door Niggas ain't getting out the car and walking to your door to pick up nothing.
Well, yeah, because women are not like the women of back in the day. I hate when women use this argument, oh, men are not men anymore. Guess what? Women are not women anymore. Women are not traditional women anymore. This modern woman wants men to stay traditional while she's a modern woman. In other words, provide and protect me, but I'm going to act single. I'm going to act like a feminist. I'm going to act like an independent woman. I'm never cooking and cleaning. They literally call cooking and cleaning slavery, but they want men to stay the same way men were in 1945. Guess what? The women of 2026 are not like the women of 1945. So men have to adjust. I think sometimes women forget that men literally adjust to what the women do. Back in the day, women required marriage before they had sex, and women stayed virgins. In 2026, that changed. Women now require money before they open their legs. Guess what's going to happen? Men are going to adjust.
Bare minimum.
That's a
now.
choice you've made
So
to
let
date these
me-
niggas. Can we say that? And
Okay.
secondly,
Nobody's doing it. When was the last time a man came to your door? and
Rome,
said-
do you do that?
You ain't going to nobody's
I'm
door.
a lover. So yeah,
You be going to
Do
the
you
door.
go to doors? You go to the door.
go to door.
And you know every
and I
girl's
do
first and last name.
when I'm into you and I
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I won. Thank you.
You didn't win
When I'm
shit.
into you. When I'm into
But it's
you.
not a game.
When I'm into you.
when I'm
Not a game.
when I'm into you, like I'm showing
like-
interest.
Matters.
And- no, but you have to say it like that. As me.
He wants reciprocated.
I'm always going to do that. And that's partly because I was raised that way. But also, I know the last nigga dropped you off at the curb. And that little step of me getting out to go to the door is going to put me ahead.
Even always that though. Maybe the last dude didn't drop her off to the curb, but maybe he lacked in other areas. But at the end of the day, making those extra steps is necessary when dating certain women.
If the
But
woman is
again,
worth
these days people are not even doing that.
I think it's all women.
Exactly.
Like if you just stay consistent and show that interest and like I'm going to open your door, I'm going to walk on the out
That's
when we walk
because
on
that way.
but it's also I was taught that if you have her on the outside, that means you're selling her.
So you were taught that.
Yes.
Can we do a poll? Because there's tons of men who were not taught that and
Okay.
who are not doing that.
So
but what are women doing? Oh my God. She's focused on what men were not taught and how men have changed. But we got to ask and we got to be fair. Have the women changed? Are the women still cooking and cleaning? Are the women still submissive? Or do they think being feminine and being submissive is slavery? We got to be fair. She's not talking about that part. And I'm even surprised this guy is not holding her accountable on that. Obviously, the other women, they're all sisterhood. They're never going to hold her accountable. She's focused on the fact that men have changed or men were not taught. Guess what? If most people are now growing up in single parent households and men were not taught to be gentlemen, guess what? Women were not taught to be ladies. Duh. I mean, we all grew up in single parent household for the most part. So that means the women were also not taught how to be ladies or how to be feminine and submissive.
have you been with a man where you were on the outside of the street? When you guys were walking on the street, he had you on the outside?
Because I'm going to check him if that is the case, but I should be on the inside of the street.
Yes, but instead of checking him, shouldn't the date be immediately over?
Shouldn't be
No, because sometimes
some
they
people
weren't
just
taught.
don't know.
Sometimes
Yeah.
they weren't taught.
But that's not him saying, "Oh, I don't care about you." It's
Yeah,
just that
sometimes they
I'm
weren't taught.
oblivious to it because that wasn't something that was taught. Like some people don't have that male figure or whatever. In their
And I wasn't
lives.
taught it was that's the first time I hear that. I was taught that if God forbid a car comes into the sidewalk, they're gonna hit you
Well, that's
Oh,
first
part
because
of
you're
it.
the man.
Yeah, because I'm looking
You're
to hit by a
bigger.
car. Yeah,
No, but like you're bigger, like so it's like you're more likely to survive than me.
my bones can take the impact of a Tundra.
I'm just saying.
That's what it's for.
That's what I was taught. I'm just saying.
So when I
That's
say
true, but it's also because when you have the woman on the outside, it's kind of like, listen,
Like you're selling
it's
her.
not my girl. Like she's up for grabs. Like
Right.
it's not my piece.
That makes sense.
So with the differences between men and women, that's what I was saying. Like men and women should operate differently, and a man should show me, even from coming to my door to get me whatever, show me that you respect me and that your intentions with me you have good intentions
You
and
gotta
go
do the
hard for me.
same.
Because as a woman, naturally as women, we're not supposed to be out here hanging out with mad dudes. That's
But
it.
you do.
So if I'm giving you my time and energy, that means that I want to get to know you and I respect you. And I'm just looking forward to whatever it is that you have in store. And I hope that you're gonna be respectful towards me and show me that.
She just lied. She said, I'm looking forward to whatever you have in store. When we know we live in a time and place where women are telling men where they should take them first on a first date. She literally, you call a woman on the phone and she's going to tell you, don't take me to Cheesecake Factory. I don't go to Wendy's. I don't go to McDonald's. I don't go to Five Guys. I don't go to, they have a bunch of places they claim they don't go to because they call it low effort. They call it the bare minimum. So she just lied. Women don't wait for the guy to make plans and they say yes. They're going to tell you, no, you take me here. So she's lying. She's acting like as if women are traditional and the men are the ones who changed. Liar. Anyway, shout out to 8 at the table. I'm pissed. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm heated. Lorenzo says, plain and simple, they are crazy, but then you're stupid. I don't know. Lorenzo, what were you trying to say? I can't really tell what you're saying. Lone Warrior Nation says, my mom's words, never let anyone disrespect you. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, let's go to the next video. Give me one second. Let's see. Give me 1 second. All right, let's go to the PIF real quick. Guys, like the videos you're coming in. The channel. Guys, like the video. Let's go to the next video.
Need to encourage young ladies and equip them with the information for them to understand that their vaginas unchecked are very dangerous. It should be a thing. Honestly, I'll be dishonest if I said that there's no possibility on the male counterpart. I see your face pretty. I appreciate it. But it is what becomes exhausting to me is the fact that we still make it seem like this is a miraculous thing. Babies, the way they're born, we know how that happens. We know that no person that is born on this planet is a committee of men standing by and making it so that babies don't get here unless women want them to get here. It's really just that damn simple. And I don't know why it's always, and this is what's so interesting, is that we'll have someone sit here and battle the patriarchy and the hierarchy, yet even women who claim to be feminists still want men to be responsible for their procreational practice. You know, I don't see a lot of women standing outside of clinics that provide sperm that can give you a baby without our assistance, at least from a biological standpoint. You still want to get the feel good, get your back blown out, been bent over, whatever it may be. They want to act like you don't know that your vagina works naturally. It's weird to me. No, if we're going to move forward, you know, we have intellectual people, smart women. You need to sit them down and be like, check this out, young lady. Your vagina unchecked is dangerous. And you potentially can bring forth a child. You can wreck your life. If you are not ready for that weight and that responsibility, sit your little hot butt down and chill. Read a book, join a club, do something productive. Sex is an adult activity. It It's really just that simple. And if you are not at the level to carry the weight that comes with what could happen, then you need to be celibate or refrain.
I actually don't fully disagree with the concept that I think women should like completely block access to their vaginas from y'all. I actually love that. It's funny that you guys say feminists will say. Feminists are not monolithic. There's quite a large portion of feminists who are 4B, which quite literally is that exact same message. It's the best form of vagina management ever. They're saying no sex, no children, no nothing. Like they're going to stay away. That's what you're talking about. There's plenty of women who are preaching that, who are feminists, right? So I think it's interesting that you're going to act like all feminists are out here saying free the puss. Everybody gets a piece. Everybody gets a puss. Like that's not what all feminists are saying. Like, once again, we're not monolithic. We think differently. Like there's different people. There's some who are for sexual liberation. There's some who say don't date men at all. Actually, there's a lot of women who don't want to be around you guys. So what the concept of women controlling access, I've heard this talking point a lot, and I'm gonna lean into it. I'm gonna concede to you guys, and I'm gonna say, yeah, we should control access and we should lock it down.
Okay.
We should absolutely control access.
Good
I
for you.
truly believe that. I think that we should, leave the pick-me's to do what they do best and, kind of just be out there with you guys. But for the most part, we should lock it down. I do believe that. I think that's great. I agree with you, True.
I mean, if the pick-me's were picked, what's the issue? Because at the end of the day, everybody wants to be picked by the person they want. So I hate when the women try to insult women who agree with men or who don't hate men as pick-me's. Clearly, they want to be picked. If you want to be, the same thing goes to a man. If a man who likes women, he's probably going to be positive about women. Yeah, you may hold them accountable, but most of the time, you're going to try to be positive and say nice things about women. But these women hate the women who try to agree with men and call them pick-me's like an insult. Also, the main reason they lock or they want to cut, stop having sex with men is because of the money. That's the main thing they say, that men are not men anymore. Men don't want to provide. Let's stop having sex with men. They don't want to stop having sex because they want to stop being single moms. No, it's because men are not paying their bills.
At least we all agree on the first part. We agree with something we're pretty.
Kenny.
You know what? That'll actually help the marriage rates, because if pick-me's are the only ones out there allowing access, at least they're getting married.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, who? The pick-me's? Allowing access and then getting... Oh, so you're saying that access will get them married. The other ones are saying access won't get them married.
So since the pick-me's are getting picked, they're getting married, which would encourage the rate of marriages.
Yeah.
But you guys just said giving access is not what gets you married. That just gets you ran through.
Giving access to the right man.
No.
That's what we mean.
No. Oh gosh, you can't give access to the right man. You have to make sure you get a ring.
Well, that's
way she talk.
That's one way. That's one way. I'm not
contradicting yourselves now.
I think one person may have said that. I don't necessarily believe that you have to have a ring in a contract for you to have a lifelong relationship with another human being. Personally, I don't think that's right. Yeah.
Agreed.
Interesting.
Agreed.
Go ahead, Kenny.
This is odd. The majority of the times when we hear it's not red pill regarding these situations, we hear women not taking accountability because they threw their foot up in the air and let the wrong man inside of them, knowing the ramifications of what would happen. But then you blame the man for the access. And I'm really staunch on this. A woman, you need to inspect what you expect. And I heard I heard someone say that, these men laying down with the woman, getting them pregnant, and then not taking responsibility. I'm paraphrasing. A woman knows if a man ain't shit. And they still let him up inside them. The Ray Rays and the Pookies.
Facts.
And then you blame the men because you gave them access, knowing the ramifications in the game. that y'all was playing. You're playing roulette. Cherish your bodies more and stop blaming the men that you allow in your space, in your body. Of course.
Ooh la la.
There are different situations that come about. Different representations. Like women give representations. But it's like, come on now. Let's stop. I have an aunt and an uncle. They've been together over 54 years. Never jumped a broom, never went down to City Hall, never had a marriage. But they're not going anywhere. You find somebody that actually loves you. And you can really tell when somebody loves you is when, you know, they're willing to go hungry so that you can eat. You inspect what you expect.
Yeah, but those days are gone. The days of a woman trying to build with a woman, of a woman trying to build with a man, and going hungry so the man can eat. Those days are gone. These women are literally asking men to take them to 5-star restaurants on a first date, and there's a chance she's never gonna call you. She's gonna ghost you, because I can guarantee you, when a woman goes on 10 dates, she's probably gonna ghost 9 out of those men. She's gonna maybe pick one. She may still even have a one night stand with some of them, but doesn't mean it's gonna go anywhere. So you're telling me a woman is asking me to take her on a 5-star restaurant on a first date, and you think she's gonna starve with me? Never. Those days of a woman building with you. So if you guys are looking for a woman to struggle with you, those days are gone. I'm telling you right now, those days are gone. If you're still looking for a woman, to be down bad with you and build slowly with you, like, forget it. Stop looking. I can tell you that right now.
Bet somebody before you give your all to them. That's point blank. That's simple as pie. I gotta look at your family. I gotta know what you're doing. I want to see if you're intentional to me. That's not hard. I can write it down for y'all if you need. It's not that complex. And women have feminine intuition. Men don't. Yeah.
So, Kenny, that kind of leads me into my next question. I'll start with M. White, then I'll go to Bo. If a woman's not interested in marriage, should she still have kids? And do we believe that the ring actually provides valid security?
That was to me, right?
Yeah, we'll start with you with that one.
All right. So, yeah, no, I think that bringing children into the world is one of the greatest miracles that can happen. You risk your life, your body, things change. It takes a lot out of you. And you need to make sure that you find somebody that's going to be there to help you along that path and that process, to help you with those kids, help you with everything you need. The dynamic of a male and a female in the home parenting children is kind of undefeated. Like, it's things like, judging by the way my wife interacts with kids and I interact with the kids, it would be completely different if it was just her with these kids. They would be trying to run roughshod through her, because it's just ways that I can command attention and to get them in line that she can't. And it's things that she has that I don't have that she gives them, and that are equally as important. I was going to say, this is why the earlier conversation was interesting, why it's very important to explain to young women the importance of the value that they do have from in the dating market as soon as they're able to date, because that is the portal in which they bring life into this world, and they have to guard that and be extremely skeptical about what men say. They need to have actions that validate the thing that they're looking for, right? Because we as men, we can hold all the men accountable that we know and say, hey, because my homies, you can't be around us if you don't take care of your kids. Like, it's a flat line. Like, 20 year, if you're not taking care of your kids, we're not fucking with you, right? But one man could impregnate, 16 men could impregnate the entire world. So it's on the women to make sure they maintain that barrier, because one man can infiltrate and impregnate a whole damn town. We can't stop, you know what I'm saying? So y'all have to be adamant about making sure you protect that and understand the value that you have.
That's never gonna happen. They would rather, sleep around, have fun. Nothing wrong with that. But also they want to be able to sleep around, have fun, get pregnant, and then blame the man. So if you think women are going to take accountability for becoming single moms, You have another thing coming. Also, don't forget the reason, and I even just posted this. I think the reason why women don't mind becoming single mothers, because they know there's plenty of men who are willing to be stepfathers. So that could also be an issue.
Bo, I know you had something you wanted to ask about before we got to the question.
I ain't got nothing to ask, but I do want to say something. So my initial response to this was the way it was because there is too much linear thinking going on. And until there is a conversation that can be had that doesn't exist in a linear type of way, like it only one thing can exist when this conversation comes up. It's always what the woman isn't doing and all of that. Women are gladly holding other women accountable. I can guarantee you, when we see one of our friends or acquaintances doing something dumb with a man we know she should not be with, there is absolutely no way that if we care about that woman, that we would be like, go ahead, girl, it's okay.
That's what you do.
What? I don't understand. Like, the problematic young girls, the young girls, y'all, the young fertile in their prime girls that y'all like to go after, those are the ones. Those are the ones that's gonna be like, yeah, girl, because he got money. And that's it. Have a baby by him. Those are the ones doing that.
That's not true.
Grown ass, mature women,
Want
washed
money
up
too.
women, old.
Why is she lying? Mature women want money too. In fact, mature women are competing with young girls for the same type of rich men, for the same type of men. Why is she lying like as if older women don't want rich men? They literally don't want men to go 50-50. They want providers as well, the same way young women do.
Can't reproduce women that y'all like to talk about. Those are the women that know better. Of course, young girls are going to do that. We have to have different conversations about this. And that's why I get exhausted, because we don't like to have these conversations. Y'all also like to bring this up and not have any type of empathy for anyone. Everyone is just, you could control that. They're people, or people can see things that the people don't want you to see. Is wild. If that man don't want you to see that he's a piece of shit, you won't see. Like, I am so glad that you men don't have to date men, and the ones that do date men, they understand what we understand. It is a thing. Like, I don't understand why y'all can't listen to us. That is why I get exhausted of this conversation. That's why when it came up, I was like, I'm tired. Because
we can't listen because when you say something, you do something different. Every man knows this. A woman will literally tell you one thing and she will do something completely different. That's why the saying goes, watch what she does, don't listen to what she says. Don't care what she says. They literally say they want a good man and then they go date the bad boy. They would say they want you to buy flowers and then they will ghost you because you were such a nice guy. They will say, listen to me. You listen to her. And then they would say, oh, he's a walkover. He's a pushover. He's a yes man. What is it? She will say, yo, I'm independent. I don't need no man. I can pay my own bills. And then when you go ask for 50-50, okay, since you're independent, you got your own money. I got my own money. Let's come together. She will say, you're not a man anymore. A man should pay 100% of the bills. That's why men don't listen. They just watch what you do. But Bo needs to stop lying. Anyway, shout out to Latif, man. But this was crazy. Shout out to you guys watching, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. Like the videos, you're coming in. Support your boy. We're gonna go to the next video, man. Make sure you like the videos you're coming in. I appreciate that. And let me load up the next one, and then we get started. All right. Give me 1 second. Where are you guys watching from? I'd love to know where you guys are watching from. Let me just load this up real quick. We're going to go to Anton Daniels. Guys, like the video. I really appreciate that, man. Okay, I see Tech 19 from Texas. What's up? Are you in Houston or are you in is it Sugar Land, Houston? What's the other city? Oh my God, I forget the other city in Texas. I forget it. There's another famous city in Texas, Houston, and all right, never mind. All right, let's go. Austin, yeah, Austin area. Is it cold down there? Because they said you guys got some freezing as well, and yet people usually run to Texas because Texas is usually hot throughout the year. Is it cold down south?
5 things that women lie on social media and claim to not like, but they actually love it. First thing you got to understand about most women is that a lot of them are liars and they have selective morality. So they pick and choose when they want to have integrity. Coming in at number 1, because it's my favorite, is cheating. I done said this before. Women do not hate cheating. Women hate being cheated on. Majority of women, if you have a conversation with them, you'll find out that at some point in their life, whether they was young, old, they've been another woman, right? They've been the other woman to a man who was cheating. They had no problem being a side chick. They had no problem messing around with a man who they knew was taken. I done met so many women throughout my life. I have had to cut women off because they can't seem to stop messing with other people's men. And I don't do that. Right? I don't hang around people that do that. That's a no-go for me. I don't play that. But they will sit up in your face and tell you how horrible cheating is. But the truth is they only care when they the one being cheated on. And a lot of them, contrary to popular belief, don't actually hate being cheated on. They hate the embarrassment that comes with being cheated on when people find out. But if the man would cheat on her in secrecy, and only him and her knew that the cheating was going on, most of them, they really don't care.
So, first thing that she's saying is that women don't necessarily care about cheating. They just care about being cheated on, mainly public.
Finding out.
True or false?
I think that's true.
True.
I think that's true.
I agree with that.
I don't know. I'm feeling kind of iffy about that one.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
You better act like.
Don't say what you gotta say. Go on, say what you gotta say.
No, y'all know I don't do too much talking. I'm shy.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I know women right now.
Yeah.
I know I've seen women like recently. I didn't watch them, but whatever that couple where the guy, I guess, came out and or the woman divorcing him because I guess he got caught cheated on her, blah 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 blah. The little Instagram people. There's women that were like trying to shame him, like, oh my God, you're such a cheater and he's gonna regret it, and saying all these things. And then next thing I know, I see them under his comments, under some of his pictures, like trying to holler at him. So it's like, are you mad that he cheated on his wife, or do you actually? Women are liars. I say that all the time.
Yes,
like, women
Nikki.
are the biggest liars, and I do believe that it's more about the embarrassment, because I mean, nobody wants to be embarrassed, but I do believe that women, most of the time, I think even in the back of our heads, women feel like, oh, he'll never cheat on me. majority women get cheated on. That's not that, like, most relationships women were in, they were probably cheated on. Most, maybe not all, but most. So or it could be the type of woman the man with. Like, women get mad about the type of woman that the man cheated because they'll be like, oh, she wasn't even cute. And it's just like, is that the problem, or is it that he cheated on you?
Yeah.
Is it about the other woman, or is it about the fact that he cheated? So women are fickle. We're liars.
I mean, I gotta give it to Brittany. A woman taking accountability. She literally said, the last thing she said was, women, we are liars. Man, shout out to women taking accountability, man. Round of applause. It's so breathtaking when a woman takes accountability, because it's rare. Very few women on this panel are going to. The only other one I know may take accountability is Aaliyah and maybe Kamaya. But Darlene, hell no. Mimi, hell no. But I might be surprised. Let's see.
I think you can. I think you can see the results of, like, when you women understand nuance to the fullest. Like, oh, she probably, was being neglected in her relationship, and needed to seek something elsewhere. They understand nuance perfectly when it's a woman cheating on a man. But when it's a man cheating on a woman, all logic goes out the window. Like, it's just, oh, he cheated, he's wrong because he cheated, period. Type of context when it's a man cheating on a woman. But when a woman cheating on a man, they understand. They want to hear all the nuance. They want to know all the context. Like, what's the circumstances of the situation? Like, I don't really know the situation. Y'all know how
women do this for me. He didn't do this for me. And all
I think a woman looks at cheating like an opportunity for them to take the place of the woman that's being cheated on. So this is why they may not denounce cheating when the cheating is not done to them. Because when their man cheats on them, it's like a saying that I'm lacking, I'm doing something wrong. So if you're cheating on me with this woman, what is it that she has that I don't? So when women have that mentality, they'll want to be with a man that's a cheater because they feel like, okay, you're not satisfied, I can replace you. And I think that's why the woman is like, women don't dislike cheating. They just don't want it done to them because they lose when it's done to them, but they see an opportunity to gain somebody else's man when they see that they're stepping out. I think that's the science behind
I think
that.
women get older, they get less mad about cheating as they get older.
And what
I think when women are younger, like, well, I go get somebody else real quick, and they feel like they still fine. They ain't sweating it. But an older woman she might look at it. Well, I'd rather have this cheater than go out here knowing there's other men.
Hell yeah, because nobody want that old ass.
So it's a little bit different.
I don't want that old dried up pussy.
Yeah, so it's like
I want something fresh, like a fresh mango.
So we have something out here that really like,
I like a juicy mango. I love a juicy wet mango.
Man, Shampoo is crazy. I have a feeling Shampoo comes on this show just to trigger the women. Now he's talking about a juicy mango and young women, and he knows that triggers all the women. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mimi goes crying.
With that rock in the middle.
I think women cheat differently. Women cheat differently than men do a lot of times. I think women, the majority of women, I think a lot of women cheat differently in the way, like maybe they have multiple men that they talk to. Because to me, if you're having a relationship with a man via Instagram or Snapchat, or maybe he pays your bills here and there, like that whole incident earlier, that woman had a relationship with that man, even though they weren't having sex. Mm-hmm. That was a relationship, whether you want to call it, I'm sure her man that didn't come and fix her car for her or come and give her the car would have felt a way if he knew that she was talking to another man. So I think women cheat differently. I also think that there are a lot of women out here that are just whores and they just sleep with a lot of men, and they, and you're right. I think, or she's right. I think that women, they're definitely okay with cheating as long as it doesn't get out there and as long as it's not happening to them. Me personally, cheating is not okay. I don't cheat, and I'm not going to accept.
All women sleep. Most women sleep with a lot of men. That's not even like a thing.
I mean, at the same time is what I mean. Like, you know, seeing multiple men sleeping with multiple men until they get into
Most
a
women do.
situation. I mean, I think that is a true statement.
Most women do because they get approached so many times. Can you imagine being 18 and like tons of men are approaching you all the way till whenever you die, maybe sometimes? So at some point, I have to really understand from a woman's perspective how it's so hard to just date one guy at a time because so many men are approaching. I'm not saying it's right for them to date different men, sleep with different men. I'm just saying, think about it as a man. If you had different women approaching you for years and years, at some point, you are only human. You're going to sin. You're going to accept multiple offers.
Some, I mean, a lot of women do. Absolutely. But there are women who don't. There are.
Very rare. Very rare.
It is very rare.
Have you ever, has anyone on the panel ever slept with two men at the same time, like had two relationships?
All of them have.
Huh? They wouldn't admit it.
All of them have.
She got 6 kids. He wouldn't do that.
Oh
You don't do somebody like that.
I think it's a small percentage of women that really hold it down like that. I think it's a very small percentage of women.
Thank God I got one.
I mean, most of the time you can fuck a chick same day, same night. If you really wanted to.
If you're a bad boy.
You gotta thank those women.
And it don't matter what her circumstance is. It don't matter none of that shit. Like none of that matters. It just matters.
First night,
same day. Same.
Yeah, you can't pull them on the first night shampoo.
Oh, I've been tipping 30 years. I could. I can get young girls. If I want to do. Yeah,
Wait a minute, hold on, Jay.
Nobody's sleeping with your ass.
You ain't talking all night, Jay Flame. Would you smash on the first?
No. I'm not saying that you should or you would. I'm saying is it possible? That's
But
what
I'm just asking, like, from the people.
I
Like,
don't say, listen. Let me be very clear because I know people like stuff out of context. I'm not saying that people should do it either. I'm saying that a chick will go if that's what you know. If she going, she going. She's not gonna put
she won't
date on it. She's not gonna put a date. She's not gonna put a date on it. If she likes the guy,
yeah.
If she's rocking with the guy,
they already know if they're gonna give it.
it's fair to ask a man why you would sleep with the woman on the first night, because if she's willing to do it, she gave consent. So I just want to know.
Because he wants a release. He wants a release.
Yeah, he want a nut.
He want a nut. His balls are heavy.
Yeah. He want to release them.
He wants light balls.
Should a woman help a man out when he's in distress like that?
Of course, absolutely.
Would she be a bad?
Absolutely.
If she's seen that a man is just got all this tension built up, and she won't
Yes.
help it, especially if he take her out to eat and take her.
somebody said if that's her mindset, AD, I think that a woman's mindset changes depending on the type of man that she with.
And
I agree. And yeah, you can do whatever you want to do, honey. If you feel that man, that's you, Dalen.
If it's a man that you absolutely do not want to lose under any circumstances, you're not cheating. That's the furthest.
So, Dalen, if a man is under pressure, pause, and you notice that, you're gonna release him?
Like get
first
on
date?
Me, see, I can't even look into that because I've been in a relationship for 5 years. So no, I'm not
She's a
excited to
liar.
go on a first date.
And why he ain't putting no ring on it? 5 years, that's a long time.
That's not fair. That's not Dalen. Dalen, you do not have to respond to that.
No,
Personal.
No, please don't.
Personal.
I'll respond. I won't respond. That's an honest question. So I'll give an honest response. That's
Always
you,
the ugly one to ask
question.
stupid questions.
You ask a man, hey, why haven't you popped this question versus asking me why a question I can't ask myself has not been asked.
No, I think we can ask you why you're dating a man for 5 years and he hasn't proposed to you. We can ask you that question because men are very patient. So a man would literally stay with a woman he knows is not good for her, but he's hoping she changes. He's hoping she at least tries to show any wifely characteristics. Because a man will stay with a woman who has 6 out of the 10 things he wants, but a woman won't stay with a man who doesn't have at least 7 or 8. Because these days their standards are crazy. A woman will literally get a man who has 8 out of the 10 things she wants, and she will say it's not enough. But a man will stay with a woman who has 5 out of the 10 things he wants. Now, he may not propose right away, like in that case. Maybe he's giving her a chance to really prove she will be a wife. I don't know. But for the most part, or maybe he doesn't think he has the money, because women think only a rich man should get married. But at the end of the day, men are really more patient than women. So maybe she only has 5 out of 10 things he wants, and he's stuck there.
She got you there.
He's still working with Dalen. Don't
That was on, and I wasn't trying to throw no shade. I was.
I'm not gonna. Number 2, a lot of women mistreatment, they don't hate it as long as you compensate them for it. Right? Like, you can actually mistreat them as long as the money right. They'll give up their dignity and respect for money. A lot of them can be bought. So it doesn't matter how disrespectful that man is. It don't matter how terrible he treat her, as long as the compensation adds up and makes sense. Literally.
Yep. That's why, and I'm not condoning it. Please, we having a discussion. That's why when you see these cases where teachers are having sex with the students and they're getting in trouble, rightly so, they should go to jail. But don't think for a moment that these girls are not asking them, trading for money for this and favors. Don't think there's some innocent and the guy went through their bedroom and took them out. They don't.
What?
I think that's a little bit different, but I kind of, the only thing I'll say is I disagree with her.
Tell me I'm lying. All I need to know is say you're lying.
You're high. That's
the student went into the teacher's bedroom.
I think it's only different because we're talking about mistreating. She mentioned like a man can mistreat a woman.
Yeah, you can his guts out so she can be more. And if he's rich and he gives her a couple of $1 million, she won't say nothing.
Well, look at Diddy.
Shit, look at
the beans because he wasn't giving her
back. There's women who will get disrespected in relationships without being compensated. That's the only reason why women will take disrespect without a man.
That's dumb, and that's dumb, right, Brittany?
No,
So, isn't that dumb? Isn't that dumb?
I think it's silly both ways, personally.
No, wait, Brittany, just zero in. Don't you think it's dumb for a woman to get her ass kicked for nothing, and kind of smart for a woman to get her ass kicked for big bucks?
Yeah, it's dumb.
Well, she can't.
You must be rich then. You always talking about slapping a
kick
hoe.
my ass for $1 million. I don't give a fuck.
Because nobody never asked her the question.
You an ass whooper. That's what your problem is.
You like to hit women.
No, I'm not.
No, I think he was using that example from Diddy and Cassie, because Cassie stayed for Diddy for 10 years. But we all know it was about the money. If Diddy was a bus driver, Cassie wouldn't stay with him for all 10 years getting her ass whooped, if we're going to be honest. And for all we know, it happened just on the camera that one time. So it's always going to be about the money.
You are. I think you want
It's just a logical
Like he
question.
put his hands on
I
women.
know.
Damn.
It's a trap. But you always bringing it up. And how can
You're saying is it smarter? You're saying it's smarter?
Yeah, everybody talking at the same time.
Hey, yo, one mic. Shampoo says one mic, y'all.
You know what that tells me when nobody can say, yeah, that's true. That means that I won already. I know.
It's not about truth or
You
false.
should be telling me I'm wrong. You should say I'm wrong because
If you're asking, does it make more sense to receive money or a benefit? If you're put it like this, you're asking if a woman is going to endure something like that, would it make more sense to reap a benefit from it? Yeah, sure.
Thank
sure.
you.
Sure.
Yeah.
The way you're wording that is making it seem like, does it make sense? I don't think it makes sense either way.
All right, would you rather? Okay, I got a better
It don't
one
make
for
sense
you,
to make
Brittany.
dollars.
I got a better one for you, Brittany. Would you rather be with a guy that doesn't abuse you and you don't get anything, but would you rather be with a guy that abuses you, that tricks on you, gives you anything you want?
First one.
She's gonna
The
lie.
first one for sure. I'd
rather be beat up by a person that you don't get nothing for
Wait,
it.
are you? You just said.
No, you
I got
said that
it.
it don't.
You
Yeah,
said that.
it's don't.
You didn't say.
No. Here goes the scenario. If you're in a relationship, right, and they're abusive, and you see it all the time, and the guy is broke. The guy is broke, right? And the girls say it. The girls, why you staying with that dude? He beating you up, and he ain't even got nothing. But if you getting beat up by a guy with Bentleys and got money and all this stuff, the same girls is not going to tell you to leave him.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, but the thing is, that's not what.
That's true. He has a point, and this is why I said I know Tech 1999 is saying you don't have to have money, but women would tolerate more from a man when he has money. If you don't have money, yeah, you may get her, but how long are you going to keep her? So money will do more in keeping a woman than not having money. I'm not saying the money will keep her forever, but she will be willing to do something she will never do for a man that doesn't have the money.
You said at first. That's why I answered it the way I did.
Well, that's what I'm saying now. That's what I'm saying now. Never mind what I said first. I'm like an old guy now.
But I already answered that question though. I already answered that when I said it would
Brittany, basically, he's saying you want to cry in that Honda or you want to cry in that bitch.
There you go. That's I should have just.
But I already answered it when you
Thank
said
you, Black.
it.
That's a good way to put it.
Just answer the same question.
I don't think that women should endure any type of
absolutely, but
physical abuse. I think that if a woman is having to deal with physical abuse,
but if they're gonna stay there, it should make sense.
I mean,
most women are going to deal with a man who has money. They're going to take his shit. They don't care what he puts them through, as long as because they think about it. Should I stay with him? He gives me whatever I want. Because usually those guys who have money and they're abusive, they usually literally get the card and give it to the woman after, or maybe go shopping after. So the woman is thinking, okay, I get everything I want, but he whoops my ass. Or should I go be with Boogie and Boogie has to take me to 7-Eleven to get a drink? So they do the math and they're like, you know what? Because remember, some of you may say maybe they should stay alone, but you remember, even if a woman is independent, she still would rather a man pay her bills. So some of them do the math because they know if they get single, the chances of finding this same guy but doesn't whoop their ass is slim to none because there are very few rich men who are willing to spend money on them. Anyway, man, shout out to Anton Daniel's link down below. Let's go to the next video. Guys, like the video, like the live stream, support your boy. Let's see what else we got. Okay, I already know what I got going on. Let me get the next video going up right here in a second. Right here. There's this crazy woman who thinks she's a 10 and men should bow down to her. Okay. Let's go. Guys, like the video. Yeah, so Tech T 1999. Yeah, I mean, if a man doesn't have money and she finds you attractive, she's going, but not for long. That's the difference. Especially if she has men who have money, trying in her DMs. If she has men who have money in her DMs, she's not going to stay for long. All right, let's go.
Deal meals, and I've never experienced it for myself. So I don't think that's fair to them.
Are you saying that a woman who has not been shown a great time shouldn't be shown because she hasn't been?
No, I'm for herself.
And so I heard you mention that your father wined and dined you. So that's why you refuse, I guess.
He did. Even as a young girl, he would say, order whatever you want on this menu. So he set the tone.
But is it not father treated me a certain way, right? And so my rebuttal would be for that is he's your father. He's supposed to. Maybe I don't find you as interesting or as impressive as your father found you. So like
you don't think that I'm that girl. I won't be in your presence. It's simple.
Oh, okay. So anybody that looks at you as being regular, that's not such.
Absolutely. This ain't nothing regular. Do I look regular?
Yes.
I'm just listening. I'm just asking.
A bunch of
So what would
butterfly
make you
eyelash
different than any other woman? Like, as you said that you're not regular. Let me cook for a second.
Okay,
so you say that you're not regular, right? You say that you're different. You're a standout. What about? Why would I pick you, or what would make you stand out over the so-called regular girl? What's so different?
Good question.
What's so different is the way that I think that I do.
So
the places things I've done. It hasn't been many industries that I have been led in and made a lot of money in. It's
How
not a
does that
lot of
help a
things that
man?
I haven't been exposed to. From a whole lot more that I can be shown that I haven't seen already. And this is not just coming from my father.
So do you think that your accomplishments make you more attractive?
I think that my accomplishments make me more well-rounded and make me maybe smarter than some women who haven't been exposed to certain things. And I don't want you to get this misconstrued. I don't think that I'm better than anybody, but I'm certainly different. And
you thinking that you're better than some people because some people are just hard. It's just the
yeah. Well, I'm confident. I don't have an ego. That's the difference.
Well, everybody has an ego. It's impossible not to have one of those. And of course you do.
I don't
And this is
need-
the thing. Hold on, let me cook. There's nothing wrong with you having an ego. Neither. You can't be Nikki, be the boss without an ego. That is an ego. So we can't say that we don't because we do. And I'm here to tell you, you turn your ego down. If anything, I want to amplify it. I want you to be as big as you're supposed to be. And I only say that because I feel like we live in a society, especially where you're black, where you're talented, that you're taught to make yourself smaller in order to make other people feel big. So if you're a party, has to be batshit crazy about you to get one to go on anyway. So it's okay to have an ego. Don't apologize for that. Don't
I'm not going to apologize for anything that I am or I stand for. I just don't like the word ego. I just
If you don't like the word, it means that it doesn't suit you because you don't.
No, I'm going to go with confident. I'm going to go with knowing my worth. I'm going to know with just.
Now, what's your worth?
My worth is, I can't even put a number on it.
You're a dog.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you. I agree.
No, I love it. I love it. So damn, I lost track of where I was going with this. So you're not regular, but you don't have an ego. You think, and you said that
I don't dumb myself down. I'm 6 feet tall, baby. I'm going to stand out in whatever room I'm in. So no, I don't dumb myself down, but I don't like mean girls. Okay. So I think mean girls, they have that persona. I think I'm better than others, right? Those are not my type of girls. So I'm not going to size you up just because I have this, that, or the other, or I come looking well put together and you look like you just rolled out the bed. I don't think that I'm better than you. I think that you have better decisions that you should be making because who you show up as, the first impression counts. So I don't lead with ego.
So I have a question for you. All right.
She literally just has a bunch of makeup. I can't tell exactly what she looks like because you can tell the eyelashes, the weave, the makeup. There's nothing. The delusion is crazy. Do you know how many good men this woman has probably now? I don't know if she's single or married, but the way she's talking, clearly she doesn't seem like she's in a relationship. But can you imagine how many good men she has passed on because she thought they were below her standards? Now, she says she's 6 feet tall, so probably she's not dating any man shorter than her. That's kind of fair. But can you imagine how many above 6 feet type of men she's passing over because she thinks she makes too much money and she deserves this kind of type of guy? Because if she really deserved that kind of guy, she would have him already. There's a bunch of NBA players here. Unless she has one and married to one, everything she's saying is just delusion.
What do you bring to the table?
Good question.
I am the table.
Oh my God.
But once again, what do you bring? Just the table.
I bring value, I bring energy, I bring belief, my presence.
What is that?
My network.
Bullshit.
That's just so surface level. I want you
it's not surface level.
Because so what I'm saying is I don't see it like to the naked eye. So I want you to tell me, what do you bring to the table besides the table?
So I don't like when men.
Price has tables. So what kind of table are you?
So that's a trigger for me. I don't like when men. Yes.
Doing my job.
You know what you're doing. I don't like when men ask, "What do you bring to the table?"
Why?
Because
there's nothing.
I'm just because I see that.
She doesn't like it because she brings nothing. That's why she only brings herself, and that's it. And she thinks men should accept that. But men are wising up. Men are saying, apart from you, apart from opening your legs, what else?
So you can help. No, a lot of men can't. We ain't gonna get it today. Right. A lot of men can't handle when you're taller than them. A lot of men have the Napoleon complex because they feel inferior because they ain't get the height. I'm sorry that my daddy was 6'6" and my son is 6'5". Listen, we have great genes around here, so I don't like that question. What do you bring to the table? I am the woman. I make the table. I create life. I am.
No, you don't. You carry life. You carry life.
It
you can't create life. You cannot.
God creates life. God creates life, but I birth the life.
Because now you backslide. Now you're backslide. You said that you create life, and I said you absolutely don't.
Listen. God creates life, but I am the carrier, and it ain't gonna happen if I don't bring it to the forefront. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But you can't get pregnant. It's gonna be by yourself, correct?
I mean, artificial insemination.
Okay, then get another one.
Yeah,
by yourself.
Not by yourself. No.
Right questions.
Yeah.
For sure.
You like to be right.
Again, we never got an answer.
I bring energy.
Nothing.
I bring value. I bring optimism. I bring.
She brings her son because she talked about her son, so she brings her son to the new man. Okay, go ahead. Let me see if she will say that. She probably not going to say that.
No, I'm not stuttering. I'm just trying to get my words so I can make sure that you're clear. No, I'm not part.
Okay.
And I have my ginger ale right here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So again, back to the question at hand.
And it triggers you.
No, because I don't like when men ask that question.
Okay.
Because we're not going to get into the money. That's why.
I'm gonna call the woman to ask you. Maybe it'll go.
Child, I don't care who you call.
Because I just don't want you to trigger from the. So if a woman asks you, would it be different if a woman says, "Hey, Nikki, what do you bring to the table?"
I don't think we have these conversations.
Okay.
Because
it's always men.
You should bring anything.
In every job that you go to, that's part of the interview. Like, what do you bring to the table?
Right.
So.
Well, I work for myself, so I haven't had like interview questions, and I can't even tell you. But in that setting, that would be different. So
how is that different?
I bring communication. I am a team player. I know how to get things done. I know how to plan, and I know how to execute. So if you're asking me in that sense from a job perspective, I can answer that. But in a relationship or just a man asking, I can't really answer that because women are everything.
No, they're not.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
No.
That's why y'all love us and y'all can't live without us. We are everything.
No, men love you because they like to nut. Let's just be honest. Men love you because they love sex. If I went, can you imagine going on a date with this woman? And I can guarantee you she's not going to go to Cheesecake Factory. She's going to ask for a 5-star dinner date, and then you go to a date to have a conversation, and she's going to talk about how much money she makes, how much she's a table. I would leave. If I go to the bathroom, I'm not coming back.
So this is the gag. Most men are living without y'all now. They're only using y'all for one thing.
Is that it?
Yeah, for some Gucci. That's like
Okay.
If we may be friends,
Is that what you're using your wife for?
especially the
No.
high value. I'm married. I'm different.
Exactly.
I'm different. But you also have to understand, and we talked about this. I'm a different breed. But today's society, and I'm married. I'm talking about the men that are not married, 40, 45, 50.
Oh, you speaking of them?
Y'all with some Gucci. For the most part,
They only using them
they're
for Gucci, not me.
and you
I ain't in
know
this
what's crazy? They're
conversation.
using the black women for the Gucci and then want to marry the white girl.
Now you got a fact there.
So
you got a point there. What is that?
So now I'm a little confused because we'll get a Nikki be the brand, you know, a woman that is, like you said, tall, you are the table, you bring the table, you're accomplished, you're travel. But why are the men like, well, I gotta scoop you up? What's the issue? What's like scooping? And not you, because you might not be single. But like, what's stopping these men from dealing with these successful black women? What do you think the issue is?
Okay, well, that's more of a question for a guy. But if I had to give my opinion on why I think that they are not choosing us, are you speaking of women in general or black women?
Successful black women.
Successful black women. I would have to say a lot of us do lead with our accomplishments. And then a lot of us realize after being married or after being in a relationship for so long that we really just don't need y'all. And we only need y'all for sex or a few dollars every now and again. Like, sometimes a man ain't worth nothing but just what you got.
Because you said that some men just ain't really worth nothing more than what you got. So
yeah, what you can give them.
Right, but is that
what you can give that woman?
Some spectacular men out there. Is that a safe assumption?
Spectacular men?
Not a word.
I ain't met no spectacular men. I've met some good men. I've met a few good men. I've met some man that's well-to-do, that respects women, that honors women, but I don't know about you like man. I'm a boy mom.
She hits men.
I am very single and very happily single. There's a difference between being happily single and being single.
Really?
It is. Absolutely.
It doesn't matter.
Happily single means that you are happy and whole without having a man, right? And I think that I've come to that.
I heard when they do that, it just means the men you want don't want you. That's it. That's what it means.
Realization and where I'm at, because I have been married for a long part of my life. More than half of my life I was married. So I now see that I don't need a man to complete me. I don't need a man to make me happy because I love myself. I have my own life. I have my own projects and goals, and I don't need a man to complete me. So I do like men.
Okay.
No,
But I am not in need of a man. So that's the difference between being happily single. And then you have some women that's single and that's all a man, a man, a man, a man. They feel like they're incomplete if they don't have a man. Or I have some women that I've coached that don't have any kids and they feel like they don't have anything because they don't have what they see other women having. So happily, let me finish. Let me cook.
Come on, get your show.
So happily single means that you're happy
Guys, my
whether you
head
have a
hurts.
man or not. And you're not opposed to having a man because a man would be an addition. But then when you're just single and you're searching, then you become desperate and then you settle.
So you're not searching. You want to kind of like drop in your lap. So to speak.
Absolutely.
But you haven't met many spectacular men.
I haven't.
And so once again, that's where I feel like, are these
not.
spectacular men just not attracted to
They
you
don't
because
wanna.
spectacular men exist?
Well, I feel as though maybe I haven't put myself out there, one, and then two, I'm a lot for a lot of guys.
Yeah, I told you.
Really?
She's
Yeah, you
masculine.
even said it.
Not for me. But what will make you a lot?
Well, no. You said no.
What do you mean a lot?
I am a lot. I have very high values. I have I don't do the BS. I don't do the games. I don't ignore the red flags. And I intimidate a lot of men because of
Your
my
masculine
stature.
energy.
Because you're tall?
Yes.
Because you're 6 foot?
Yes. A lot of men don't.
Men like climbing trees, man.
Yeah,
they do. And short men love tall women.
I have intimidated. Truth, I have intimidated men without trying. It ain't
It's
even
your
like-
energy.
Or is it you?
I think it's my energy. I think
There
it's
you
my
go.
opinion. I think it's my confidence.
There
I
you
think it's
go.
a lot of that. I think that
It's
a lot of men
masculine.
are intimidated by beautiful, successful women who say what they mean and mean what they say. A lot of men want you to shut up, and that ain't never happening over here.
See,
Yeah.
she's
So they want you to be quiet. And I ain't being quiet. Who gonna shut me up?
See?
I'm
See that
mad at a
energy?
man for trying to make
See that energy? No man is gonna deal with that, especially not a successful man. Now they may, clap them cheeks every now and then, but no man is going to stand with that for a long period of time. They may still clap them cheeks because she's a single mom for a reason, but they won't stay for long.
You shut I wouldn't respect them. So yeah, so if you have to like force a woman to know when to turn, that knob, that's not a woman I would tell any man.
Yeah,
to
it's not worth it.
Respectfully.
I agree.
Yeah, I like women that act like women at all times, and I believe that women act like women around men. So if you don't know around me when to turn that masculine shit off or all that lip off, that's on you. I would tell, and I'm pretty sure most high value men, and I hate that term, but even men that are like really established financially in looks, they not going for that shit. And that's probably why, and not you per se, because it's not an attack, but that's why they'll go get the Beckys. That's why they'll go get the Selenas and all of that, because not only do they make you not volley with them for who's the most masculine in the household, you don't have to fight for submission. It's not like a tug of war type of thing.
Fact.
Why is it that you can't respect your man to the utmost to know, hey, maybe right now I should go ahead and turn this down a little? Like, why is that an issue?
Well, let's be clear.
Before?
Well, let's be clear. First of all, excuse me. And I have to use this, I have to lead with this because being from Chicago, I have a certain demeanor. I'm rough around it. Oh, if I know how to be, I'm not rah-rah. We just talking as we're talking now, but I do realize that sometimes men don't want you to have any opinion at all, and that would just never work for me. So stay over there with Becky and Joanne.
Okay. And like I said, me personally, I've never ran across a woman that didn't let me thrive in my masculinity.
Because you lead with that. Not every man leads with that.
I've never in life met a woman more masculine than me. I've never in life met a woman that intimidated me. You're a woman, you got titties and ass. I just never, it's like it just never moved me in any way. And I know the ultimate submission is to let a man put his penis inside of you. So that's when you're at your most vulnerable. And so with that being said, because that's usually the exchange, I don't think that a lot of these men are intimidated. This is what if you are
based off of what I just told you, you still don't think a lot of men are intimidated.
Attracting broke men, then they would probably be intimidated by your status and what you have and what you do. But when you deal with men that are equally yoked, I don't think that they are intimidated by your accomplishments or what you have or who you know, because that's regular for them. That's regular for them. I don't think that it's an intimidation thing. It may be, damn, she's coming in here trying to outman me. Some of these men like that. A lot of black men, I speak for black men, if they feel challenged in their house, it's not something that they want to deal with. They don't want to consistently be challenged.
Well, the key word is equally yoked. It's not a whole lot of equally yoked men out here. Really? You got these 50-50 men out here. You got these men, what you bring to the table. You got these men that's very sassy.
I love this.
Yeah, you got these men who ain't men. So yeah, it ain't a whole lot of equally yoked, nothing going on right now.
So the 50-50, going 50-50 with a woman, does that make you less of?
Absolutely. I would never, ever in my life 50-50 do what? Excuse me? No way.
Well, what makes you worthy of 100% of the table?
Because I bring 110%. And I ain't speaking of money. I'm speaking of energy. I'm speaking of being that
masculine energy.
I'm speaking of that one that's going to speak life into you, that's going to hold you down, that's going to encourage you, that's going to work beside you. But I'm not bringing half to the table. I'm not paying half of the bills. I'm not paying half of the bill. Okay. And I don't think a man is a man if he expects that from a woman. You agree with 50-50? You go 50-50 with your wife?
I don't.
Okay.
But I'm also in a financial position not to. And so we got exactly. Let me cook for a second. So we got to be real about the economy. We just have to be real about the economy. Well, and this is my thing. It's funny to me.
Truth, I got to jump in.
I've noticed is a lot of women will say, I'm not going 50-50 with a man, but don't have a man paying 10% of their shit right now. So I could never just understand, well, I wouldn't dare, and I wouldn't, you don't have 10% of a man paying anything now. So you wouldn't take half of the help. I don't get it. If I'm over, let me cook. I'll let you interrupted. It's okay. I know how to leave. So with that being said, right? If I am dealing, we go through this. My thing is this: if my overhead or my bills are $40,000 a month, there's no way that I'm going to sit in front of somebody and say I wouldn't be cool with you coming to give me $20,000 of relief. You're tripping. It sounds good when y'all say it, but when you really get to the meat and potatoes of it, it sounds idiotic. But go ahead, darling. I want to hear your point. I'm done.
My apologies for interrupting.
Let me speak.
Her energy is off, man.
Okay, so when it comes to the whole 50-50 analogy, you said something key. You said the economy. Guess what? If you ain't got no money, you shouldn't be dating, okay?
But women don't have money.
If you ain't got no money, you shouldn't be trying to court no woman. You shouldn't be texting no woman. You shouldn't be DMing no woman. You shouldn't be doing none of that, okay?
But those women don't have money.
Should I say it again?
You come from money?
Family-wise, no.
Like, I'm talking like mom and dad. Did they?
No, that's what I'm saying, no.
And so your broke dad.
He wasn't broke.
Mom.
He wasn't broke. He was in the military. He did well for himself, but I wouldn't say I come from money. No.
Right. And so you don't think mom ever helped out ever?
So they went together. So we can't use my yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And both my parents are deceased, so we couldn't. Hell no. Absolutely not. My mama didn't play. No. And my mother was single her entire life. And guess what she
So
used to
the
say
mom
when
was
she had a
single, the daughter
boyfriend?
is single.
Me and my daughter is a
It's a
package
generation
deal.
cycle.
So I had my daddy that took care of me. I had her boyfriends that bought every Jordan, every shoe that came out. She did not play. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sorry.
Was she mountain?
She was. Yeah, I am
Yes,
definitely her child.
She was single for a long time.
She was single. Yeah. She wanted to be single.
Is that so?
She did.
And she never. I don't even like.
No, but she never had a desire to be married. She was different.
Really?
She didn't.
Do you have a desire to be married again?
Absolutely. I'm a wife. Don't I look like?
No, you're not.
I have values. Yes. I am not just over here linking up and hanging out.
Or are you sexually active? Or are you just like?
No, I'm single and celibate.
Really?
Yes, for the single and celibate ladies. You know how to please yourself. You're fine with no man humping on you and not bringing nothing to the table. Okay?
So
you're
prostitution.
perfectly fine. You ain't missing no orgasm. And if you are, you know how to give it to yourself. And 2 minutes or less.
What about being hell?
I'm okay with that. I don't need none of that. I had it all for 20-some years. I'm good.
That was a whole different situation.
No, it wasn't different. I had all the love. I had the life. I do. I'm saying right now. We're speaking in the right now.
You don't want to be held. You don't want companionship.
Not right now.
You can't talk to the dildo.
Not right now. Who said the dildo?
Or your fingers. Can you talk to?
You know what? On second thought, I actually like the way this woman is speaking. And the reason why is because, believe it or not, these days, 2026, majority of black women think just like her. What's up, Miss Mariam? I see you in the chat. Majority of black women think exactly the way she thinks. Any woman, black woman between age 25 to age 50, they think exactly like her, especially if they're single. They think with the feminist, I don't need a man. I got my toy. A man, I want to open my legs. If the man has money, so in other words, indirect prostitution. That's how they think. So this is good for men because at least a man out there, because she said she's a wife, but then she's saying I'm not dealing with a man who's not giving me money. So for the guys who are looking for marriage, this is what is out here. So it's up to you. Make a good choice.
Your fingers.
Oh my God.
At the end of the night,
listen.
Your fingers wrap you tight.
I'm such a lady. Okay, I'm just a girl. I don't do all that sex talking. But I am single and celibate. Yes, I am saving myself for that person that is intentional about making me his wife.
Okay. How are you
I ask
saving
a
yourself
question?
and your single mom?
Please.
You said that you just mentioned a man who don't bring nothing to the table. How come that doesn't trigger you? But when a man asks you what you bring to the table, it triggers you. Aren't we supposed to live in this like non-patriarchal system where everything is even?
Yep.
So what's the difference?
There's no difference. I don't like
Double
it.
standard.
So I don't deal with it.
Right. I like your energy, man.
I'm honest.
I hate her energy.
I'm honest. I'm transparent. And ladies, I am confident. Don't let these men dim you down based off of what they think you should say and how they think you should be. I am never going to fit the mold of nobody. Okay. I am God's creation. He made me the way he made me. And I love it here.
You want to end up single for a very long time. You listen to
gonna
Nikki
die
B. You
alone.
understand me?
Yep.
Listen to Nikki B.
Yep.
Nikki B is the example of cat lady.
Celibate and single. I don't have a cat. I am going to get a dog this year. But ladies, listen.
Boyfriend and baby. It's a combination.
I don't know about that, but that is his opinion. And guess what, ladies? That's most men's opinion. They think just because you don't have a man, do you know in my comments how many people, but you single though, but you divorced though? By choice.
No.
Okay. Now, could I just go out and
Is it by choice though?
It is.
So the perfect man walk in, you wouldn't date him?
I never said that.
You were open to date.
I am
So
the right person.
right. So
I am saying
The right person doesn't want
Stop
you.
saying by choice. The right man is not there.
He has it.
Scared you would beat it.
And I'm okay with that.
Not by choice. It's by
True.
selection.
I am saying in this
But it's not by
season,
choice. It's by selection. We got
it's by choice selection. What's the difference? What is the difference?
Because you haven't been selected.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you got a point there.
The
You
man
got a
is
point
not
there.
existent because
The man she wants.
And you got a key point there because guess what? I haven't been chosen, and that's the only way that I'm going to be married again because I ain't doing the choosing. I ain't sliding your DM.
Okay.
I ain't asking you, are you single? That's desperate. Absolutely not.
Is it really desperate?
In my opinion. It's my opinion.
Okay, no, I'm not mad. No.
Men are hunters, ladies.
For food.
Let me
I
tell
ain't
you
hunting
something.
for shit.
Men are hunters. My daddy was a hunter. Every woman that he approached him. And let me tell you something that I learned. Okay. In my lifetime, I've done a lot of things. One of the things that I learned most, I sold real estate for 17 years in Chicago. But one thing I learned when I was bartending, when the market crashed in 2007, I bartended for 7 years. I learned more about people and women in my entire life. Women were so thirsty.
Were you
Nikki,
in 2007?
I was.
He let you work.
He let me bartend.
What?
Yeah.
Red flag.
He let me. And guess what? He ain't like it.
Drinks and men.
Because guess what? I took those bar clients and transitioned them into buying homes.
Okay.
And then that season there were a lot of short sales. A lot of people were losing their homes.
So were you helping with the bills then, or you were just?
I was never helping with the bills, honey.
Oh,
never. My money was my money.
Oh, okay.
My money was my money. Range Rover, all of the things that I had, and I had to do that to maintain. And I did that not to put more on him. But can I cook? Can I finish?
But did you ever help him financially?
Absolutely. There was times where we kind of like, during that time.
Sounds so selfish, like to me. Maybe.
Well, I put myself first. So if you want to call it selfish, baby, call a spade a spade. Yeah. But did I make sure that my family was good when times were hard? Did I take care of my mother-in-law? Did I do a lot of things? Did I take care of my stepkids? Did I make sure that we were provided for when I needed to and I had to step up? And that was only because I had a husband? Absolutely. Would I have done it if we were not married? Absolutely not. Let me finish and
I mean, I'm not surprised she was married because some of these men like this kind of energy, unfortunately. Now, eventually, as a man gets older, there are two ways this goes. As a man gets older, he can either learn from his dating experiences and just experiences in life and decide he prefers peace, or some men stay loving toxic women. Because much as we may say, oh my God, she has masculine energy, there's a man out there willing to do whatever she says. Some men like that kind of role play where they're in the submissive state. But for me, her energy, I'm just thinking about what if something doesn't go her way, the kind of argument that's going to break out. Like, I wouldn't be it. But some guys love it. Because the way I see it, this is the kind of woman that men come back home and stay in their cars for 2 hours in the driveway. Or maybe they stay out late night. That way they can come home when she's already sleeping so they can skip the arguments because she's going to complain about something. Her energy is so, I wouldn't be turned on. Like if you lock me in a room with this woman, I wouldn't be turned on. And she's talking like that. I wouldn't be turned on. I'm sorry.
Be the husband here today, so we got a special guest.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, he play all day. I want to finish my point. So I learned a lot.
No, he actually is here. No, go ahead.
I learned
We
a
got
lot.
contact, Can we?
I ain't surprised.
But we're not going to talk about that.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
Ex-husband, yeah, single and Serene. But yeah, ex-husband reached out.
Serene, celibate, clean, know her worth, happy, looking good, glowing. Huh? Okay. Yeah, all that.
Makeup and butterfly.
I'm sure.
But go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
That is
crazy.
crazy.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. For real. We can believe that.
We can believe it.
Yeah, he reached out. I told him don't ever contact me, But go ahead, though. Continue.
As you should. Because why are you reaching out to me?
Well, I don't do gossip. Like, that's like bisexual for me. But go ahead. I mean, there's nothing wrong with
Great.
it.
I like that. Yeah, you're a real one. There ain't too many. Okay, so back to my point. This is what I learned as a bartender for 7 years. And did he let me? Yes. Did he have a problem with it? Yes. Did I care? No. Because my thought process was, I got to still sell homes, right? How am I going to meet these people without being out every night? So I made it make sense. I was bartending, slinging drinks, giving my card out, okay? I made a lot of money meeting those people in the bar. But one thing I learned about women is that sending drinks, telling me to find out if they're single, seeing these men leave with their wives, walk in with their side pieces, and see how women settle for less and just didn't think that much of themselves. I learned that in the bar, and it was crazy. So yes, I do think it's a little desperate approaching a man. I don't care how much times have changed. I don't care. Okay? I ain't doing it. And you shouldn't do it either, girl. Please, it don't look good. Trust me.
Guys, we are cooked, man. We are cooked. So she wants men to be like the men of 1950, paying all the bills. But then she doesn't want women to do what they used to do in 1950, of saying hi to a man and dropping their handkerchiefs, hoping the man can say something. Because when women don't have to approach men directly. She can just say something small. She can pretend, oh my God, I'm trying to get here. Do you know the way here? Just pretend you lost direction and you need some direction to a place. Like, that's how women used to approach men. It wasn't direct, oh my God, I like you. But she's telling women, don't do nothing. Just live in your house and hope that a rich man is going to find you. Damn, we are cooked. Because remember, men have stopped approaching women because women told them, don't approach us. Me Too movement. Oh, you're stalking us. We are scared of you. So men stop approaching. But then you have these feminists telling women, don't approach men. Let them approach you. It's never going to end. Men have stopped approaching. Women are going to stop approaching. Everybody's going to die single. The difference is men can get on the plane, go to different countries and find women. It's not many women are going to different countries to find men, because when a woman gets on the plane to go to a different country, to go to Africa, wherever she goes to find the man she wants, she goes with her standards. She expects a 6-figure guy in the US, and then she goes to Africa hoping to find another 6-figure guy. And usually those guys don't play. So she's never going to get that guy. That's why women getting on the plane to go to Africa to find a man never works. They usually go to Jamaica to get some bombo-clad mutombos, and that's it. And then they come back. Anyway, man, this was a crazy show. Shout out to Miss Mariam. I see you in the chat. Thank you for pulling up to the show. But I'll be back tomorrow because this was crazy. Miss Mariam says she's built for simps and betters. Yeah, that could be true. All right, let me do one more video. I saw the video I wanted to do. Hold on, give me 1 second. Where's the video I wanted to do? Oh, yeah, it's right here. This is another video of women talking about men not approaching. Literally everything I just said of why men stopped approaching. Now women are complaining that men are not approaching them anymore. Literally. Let me play this. You're going to see. Hold on. Give me one second. So this video, this woman was literally complaining that men are not approaching.
The dating scene hasn't changed for me from before I was on television. Like it's been the same. Men are a lot more.
How?
Jail. One, like I said, they don't take initiative. Like gone are the days where a man would be like, "Hey, you know, I think you're beautiful. I wanna get to know you."
Courting.
Courting. They don't court anymore, right? That's number one.
They don't want to go.
Yeah.
To court.
Number two.
Let me replay that. Hold on.
The dating television, like it's been the same. Men are a lot more passive in my experience. They're a lot more passive. They're looking for why.
Yeah, why and how? Maybe
how? How?
Jail.
One, like I said, they don't take initiative. Like gone are the days
where a man will be like, hey, you know, I think you're beautiful. I wanna get to know you.
Courting.
I'm planning, yeah, courting. They don't court anymore, right? That's number
Because
one.
they don't want to go.
Yeah.
To court.
Number two, this is so cool. What am I even trying to say, bro?
I'm just saying. It's like court. I don't like that word. I mean, keep it 100. Keep it 100. As you as an NFL guy, with all the professional athletes getting taken to the fucking bank by a lot of some of these women, scallywags, you know, divorcing to get money, getting babies to get money. That leaves a big impression. Like, God, if I see a pretty girl, is she pretty and is she trying to take me, or does she have her own? Like, does she have her own? She isn't about that. It's like what we see on TV is it leaves a stain in society. Like, I'm afraid of these women now.
Because I wonder
You know?
how does that culture change?
Yeah.
Like, and do you feel like culture has changed so much, like the pendulum has swung so far to one side that it's produced a lot of the passive
It
men?
has.
Because I think a lot of men, like, if you come on strong and be like, oh man, he was aggressive, or he's
Yeah.
toxic, or he's like, so there's this like,
I feel
where's the
like
give?
no, it's not black and white. It's not
Yes,
like
it is.
either you come off strong, you're a man, or you're toxic. Like there's gray areas in all of this, right? There's a right way and a wrong way to do some things. Like you can still come off like, I don't want to say strong. Yeah, you can still come off strong in a way that's not gonna scare off the woman. Like, for example, that first dude who was in my DMs, some can consider that coming off strong, but to me, at least, it wasn't scary. It was like, all right, he gave me an option. Like, do I want to go on a date with him on this day at this place? You know what? I don't got
But
nothing
some
to do
women
that
would
day.
be like, can you believe he asked me?
Yeah, but that's everybody
subject-
is different.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
you
So it's
have to
tough.
figure out who you're talking to, what language she understands, and how to speak her language
Men
in
are
order to
not doing
communicate
that.
with her. Like that's part of honestly
much
not
work.
even just man to woman. That's part of just being a human. Like there's different ways to communicate with someone.
Yeah.
So like you, I could tell that you're a direct, straightforward person. I could go to you and be like, Godfrey, honestly, this haircut is not for you. Try something else. Try something new. And I feel like you wouldn't take that as offense. You'd be like, what you mean? Oh, you know what? I could try a different haircut. And then you try a different haircut where I can come to you and maybe you're not as like I don't care. I just want it directly. Let's say you're a little softer. You're like, I'm not liking the bald. And then you could take it as like, oh my gosh, she thinks I'm a bald-headed demon. Like, you know, you could take it some other kind of way. It just, if I know you and I've rapport with you, I understand like, okay, this is how Godfrey communicates. This is how you communicate. And if I know how you communicate, then I know how I'm able to effectively speak your language. Because at the end of the day, a message is only as good as the recipient is able to understand it.
That's true.
Right?
That's
So if
That's
I'm not speaking your language and a language you understand it, then we're not communicating.
So let's try to break down some of these ideas and stereotypes. Like when it comes to 50-50 relationships, like what are your thoughts on like a 50-50 relationship?
I mean, before they go to the 50-50 relationship, the truth is women told men for years, stop approaching us. We're scared of you. We don't go out to find men. We go out to have fun with our girlfriends. Over year after year after year, telling men, don't approach us. We don't want you. We are good single. And then fast forward, oh, men are not men anymore. Men are scared of us. Men are pussies. Men don't approach us. Like, which is it? And then I'm sure you guys have seen this meme on social media, how they want men to chase them to pay their bills. How am I going to chase you only to find out I have to pay your bills? Or your rent is due. Or I got to take you to a 5-star hotel, restaurant. Men are saying, is it really worth it? And she's not even going to be nice to you. And it's not even guaranteed that because you approach her, she's going to say yes, and she's going to show up, and she's not going to use you for a foodie date.
As far as usually money.
Like, what are my
like,
thoughts?
If you're going out and you go
Like,
on a date, like
this is a marriage?
No, this is a relationship. Just
going on a
What
date.
kind of relationship?
Dating. Dating.
This is a date?
Girlfriend, yeah.
Okay, we're going on a date?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's paying.
He's paying.
100%.
Okay.
My father told me that.
He's paying
Yeah, you
100%.
You pay for, even if it's not a date didn't go well. Got a
You
story
pay.
real quick.
Tell
I
it.
was on it was girl. I'm a dude. I was like, look, but she was a performer, so it's it's a little weird. Performers are f***ed up. So I was like, so I DM'd her, hey, what's up? Blah blah blah. We back and forth talking for her. Let's go on a date. Now I went on a date about 2-3 times with her. right? Feels like something ain't right, you know? So then I went on another date with her. She had gone out of town and she was like, hey, can you come? And I'm in Manhattan. I'm in Manhattan. She's in Brooklyn, deep in Brooklyn. And usually if you're in Manhattan, you ain't going to Brooklyn,
No, you're
and
not.
vice versa. Yeah, or vice versa. You don't leave your borough. So I was like, okay, I'll come down there. She'd be like, I want to see I go over there. Sitting there, we had a vegetarian restaurant. She tricked me.
Vegetarian is crazy.
I was like, it was an easy, and I'm a foodie, so I'll try whatever, you know? So, and then the waiter, me and him are having a good rapport. So we're having a little fun. And I was like, making fun. I say, oh, man, you didn't tell me there was no meat here, man. What? How am I going to eat? You know, I'm joking with her. Like, we've always joked about that. I always make fun of her vegetarianism.
Yeah.
She had an attitude that day. She just flipped on me. I wasn't sure. Because if I know you, there's a rapport we have, and then you flip on me, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Now, it's not funny today? And you don't want to call me out here. I was already tired. I had just come into town, and I went all the way over there, and she was and then this is what I did. You know, I was like, yo, you're like a today. I can't do this anymore. I said, you're acting up. You switched on me. I traveled all this way. I got it. I'll pay for it. I'm out of this. Never again. I was out. I was like, this is bull. Well, you flipped on me. You could at least say, hey, man, today I'm not really great. But you asked me to come. I never go where I'm not wanted. I don't do that to myself. I'd rather be my motherfucking self than be with someone that want me around. And I'm not, first of all, I'm not a bothersome dude. I'm not that dude. I never was like that. But when you make me feel like that, we're gonna have a problem. And I'm gonna shut it all down. I'm going, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, and the waiter was like, hey, I remember he was like, I was like, I'm out.
All out.
Yeah, it was like this. It's like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm out, man. I paid for it. Like my mom always said, no matter what, you be the man. I said, I'm gonna leave here. I came a man, I'm leaving a man. You can tell your friends whatever you want. I don't care. And if they ever have me tell them about you, don't worry. They're gonna get a whole mouthful. But you know, this is a strong man.
But that's the thing. Most women go out with men they don't really like. They have nothing to do for the Saturday. That's why sometimes if a woman cancels on you, it's because something better came up, or maybe the big dick bad boy finally came through. But for whatever reason, women just can't stop going out with men they don't like. I get it, it's free food, but at what cost? They don't really care how men feel. They will use you. And then when men realize that and men say, okay, no more dinner dates, we're going to do coffee dates. And then they call you broke, they call you gay, they call you hate women. But men have gone through those issues, have gone through those experiences. And men, because remember, men react to, adjust to what women do. Because the days of men just listening to what women say, those days are gone. So men watch what women do and then they adjust, but women don't like it. And men just get tired of being used. That's all.
But I'm not a man.
Is there a match here?
But the thing about me is I'm a gentleman because I was taught that I'm a nice guy, you know. But there's that, and that's just Nigerians in general. We will be nice first, but then when you go, hey, wait, you question him.
Nice doesn't mean dumb,
right? And my pops, I look at my parents, 40-something years. My father never disrespected my mother, never raised his hand or his voice to my mother. My mother didn't disrespect my dad. It was always you know that.
Yes.
Ask your father, ask your mother. Yeah. So you gonna disrespect me? And I saw a man that was never disrespected. You ain't talking to me crazy. I don't care. I'll sink this whole ship. That's me. I don't care because I'm still dope. I don't really care. All you gonna do is he was mean to me. I go, yeah, and I'll say it to all you mother. I don't care. There's too many women on this planet. But what?
I think because in relationships we all have expectations. I'm interested to even hear your thoughts on this and what your expectations are. Halle Berry's ex-husband, Dave Justice.
That was a weird one.
Yeah, he recently came out and he was talking about how Halle Berry wasn't, she didn't cook, she didn't clean.
She didn't have to.
I was like, she was Halle Berry.
I would have made toast on that bread.
Do you?
Halle.
What are your thoughts on gender roles?
Gender roles. If you want I feel like a man that wants a traditional woman has to be a traditional man. Like you can't say, oh, I want you to be you gotta cook, you gotta clean, you gotta suck my dick when you want it, you gotta do this, that, and the third. That's traditional woman. Like you can't say as a man.
Wait a minute, hold on. What's wrong with that product?
Listen.
What's wrong with that?
Listen.
I just want to know.
I'll tell you what's wrong with it.
Okay, I'm sorry. What's wrong with the head job? Do my laundry and get my. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was agreeing with.
I said that if you want a traditional woman, you have to be a traditional man. If you know you want a woman to adhere to those traditional roles, then you have to be the provider. You can't be like, oh, I want to be in a 50-50 relationship, but I also want you to do all the cooking. I also want you to do all the cleaning. I also want you to suck my 21 when I want you to. But also you have to do 50-50. You have to contribute 50 to the household. You have to contribute 50 to the bills. That doesn't make sense. At this point, it's like, okay, so this is a group project, or you want me to do 90% of the labor and you just want to write your name on it and get the credit. No, we're not doing that. So
that's fair. I'm gonna be honest, guys. That's fair. Some of us out here want the woman to go 50-50 on bills with us, but we still expect her to do the cooking and cleaning. It's not going to work, especially if she's going to work. If both of you are going to work and your woman contributes to paying the bills, don't expect her to cook every single day. So some of you guys, you're going to do some things at work. I know at home, she's going to do some things at the end of the day, just to be fair. But if she goes to work every single day because she has to contribute to 50% of the bills, she's never going to come home and cook. Do some women do it? Yeah, but it's taxing. If we're going to be fair, it's taxing. So if she goes 2 weeks and no sex because she's too tired from work, you got to understand it costs to be the boss at the end of the day. So for me, when I talk about why women shouldn't hit the 50-50, it's not because I want men to just be in 50-50 relationships. I only talk about it because the women who had 50-50 usually have student loan debt. They're not traditional women at all. They want the man to pay 100% of the bills, but they don't want to be traditional women. They don't want they don't want to even make a man a meal. That's where I have an issue. So I know if a man and woman go 50-50, the traditions are out of the window. So I agree with that. That's fair.
That's how I feel in terms of gender roles. Like, I feel like if you want a traditional woman, you have to be a traditional man. If you don't want to be a traditional man, then you can't expect to have a traditional woman. If you don't want to be the kind of man who's a sole provider, you want to be in a 50-50 relationship and you want to find you a 50-50 woman, then know that in that 50-50 relationship, then you two are going to have to do the cooking, do the cooking and the cleaning. Yeah. Then when I want you to, you do what the you got to do when you got to do it.
You want to munch the carpet.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I'll be like this. I like 50-50.
I agree. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys why men are not approaching women anymore. And women are complaining. Women don't like it. But it's like, ladies, you asked for this. You literally begged men to stop talking to you in public because you're out there with your girlfriends doing your own thing. You don't want their attention. And men stopped. And that's why most people now meet on dating apps, because the man thinks about it. And if he doesn't have to get disrespectfully rejected, I mean, even on dating apps, they can still disrespect you and reject you in the worst way, or maybe take your photos and post them on what's the T app or some shit like that, or those weird Facebook groups. But at least online, I don't have to meet you in person for me to get rejected. Anyway, shout out to Godfrey. He's a funny guy when he does those impressions of different people. Shout out to Miss Mariam. I see Tech 1999 is still in the chat. I'm going to close out here soon. You guys may see me on a different panel. I don't know who's streaming right now. Anybody else streaming, I may join that panel. So shout out to you guys for always supporting me whenever I go to different panels. Miss Mariam, thank you for the super chat you sent me, I think, a couple of days ago when I was on a different panel. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like the video as you're heading out. I appreciate all the support. Till next time. Peace.